It's finally summer here, and you know what that means? It's action camera season, baby! Since it's the season, I've gotten a lot of questions about which action camera is the best. So, today we're actually gonna go through the top action cameras that I recommend that are available right now, and even some of these are on sale. But first, to clarify, while I don't exclusively own all of these, nor am I sponsored by any of these companies, but I have used all of these on different video shoots in various formats. I personally only own one of them because it fits my needs perfectly. Nevertheless, all of these are fantastic action cameras that will fit different people's needs. So, it'll really just depend on what you're looking for and also your budget. First on our list today is the Insta360 GO 2. This portable action camera has been receiving a lot of praise from the action camera community, not only for its great camera, but also everything fits in such a small body. It literally is the size of your thumb. It boasts a great camera that can record up to 1440, up to 50 frames per second, a waterproof body that can be submerged up to 13 feet, and even has video stabilization. If you're looking for a cheap action camera that's around $300, and you'll do a minimum amount of recording on, you need it to be extremely light, you don't care about the bells and whistles, and really don't care about that 4K goodness, then this is the camera for you. The trade-off with all of this, besides the previous points, is that you don't get a screen on the body, there isn't an SD card insert, and you have to record everything to the internal storage, which is around 32 gigs. This camera's more of a turn it on, place it, and just kind of go action camera. The 32 gigabytes of internal memory should be good enough to record around 30 minutes to about an hour's worth of footage, so keep that in mind. Second on our list is the DJI Action 2. DJI has done a fantastic job at marketing this action camera to be a small, easy to pack, and modular action camera that you can put almost anywhere. The Action 2 is a cheaper action camera that has expandable modules and even storage. It records up to 4K at 120 frames per second, features Horizon Steady, which is DJI's version of software stabilization, and has 32 gigabytes of internal memory, which is, again, about 30 minutes of internal storage at like 4K 30 frames per second. However, the power module that does come with it includes an expandable SD card that can boost your internal storage. DJI states that the main camera module is waterproof, but honestly, I wouldn't trust the camera to be waterproof when using the other modules attached to it, you know? So really, unless if you're using the main camera module, don't assume it's waterproof. One of the coolest things about the Action 2 is it actually features magnets, so you can place it anywhere from like your shirt to a car to your refrigerator to your helmet to anything you really want. One of the most underrated action cameras is the DJI Pocket 2, and while most people don't think of it as an action camera, hear me out. Because one of the most noticeable features on the Pocket 2 is the camera gimbal and its hardware stabilization instead of that software stabilization. DJI is known for having some of the best gimbals in the market today, and this product's no different. Instead of using software stabilization like some of the other action cameras and having you lose quality in your footage, it actually uses the gimbal to keep everything level and looking great. Along with it, you get nice and level 4K video up to 60 frames per second, 64 megapixel photos, which is nuts, HDR video, a built-in SD card slot, active track to follow your subject, and even more. This is the ultimate small, stable, and handheld action camera. While it can be used for high-speed action, it really shines as a walking around, slower action kind of camera. You won't find a better action camera for around $350 that's great for hiking, tourist-style vlogging, and even slower moving activities. While it's not impossible, it's hard to mount this thing to a helmet. It's a solid camera that just fits comfortably in your hand for beautifully recording anything that's going on around you. GoPro has been the trendsetter for action cameras since their first release years ago. Their newest release in the Hero lineup is no different either. The GoPro Hero 10 records at a whopping 5.3K up to 60 frames per second, or even 4K up to 120 frames per second. It features some of the best software stabilization on the market as well. While it can be used for recording leisurely activities like walking around and such, it really shines in water and action sports with its high resolution, frame rate, and stabilization. You've seen this camera being mounted to anything, including a helmet, chest mount, bike mount, on a car hood, on an airplane, and even more. It's the best action camera for longer trips since it's small, easy to pack, and features a built-in SD card, and this thing can take a beating. It's meant to. For $350, there's a reason why a lot of people recommend the GoPro Hero line. It's because it's a solid camera that produces awesome results and can take a beating. With the release of several 360 action cameras in the last few years, the 360 action camera community is starting to grow and blossom, and we've seen some amazing things out of it. One of the best 360 action cameras we've seen is the $400 GoPro Max with its dual 6K cameras. The best benefit of having a 360 camera is that the footage will always be stable, no matter which way you turn. One of the biggest complaints though I've heard is that with the 360 camera, the normal video modes really aren't great. And really that's because 360 action cameras are really only meant for 360 videos and photos, and that's about it. You shouldn't be looking at the 6K video spec and thinking, I'm gonna get fantastic normal footage out of this. That's not what you're gonna get. You're gonna be disappointed. When you buy a 360 camera, you're getting it for the 360 modes. However, that being said, the 360 video mode on this thing can capture some of the most amazing things. This camera is best for intense sports, fast-paced adventures, and high-speed movement where you can see anything. And if you like those kind of things and that's right up your alley, then this camera is the best thing for you. If you're looking for an action camera for slower movement or just straight video, you're gonna be happier with a non-360 camera. Once you get one of these action cameras, you're gonna capture some of the most amazing videos and photos with them. Then you're gonna be super excited and wonder, how am I gonna edit this? Don't worry about that. I've actually got a video for you right here. It's actually gonna help you out, I promise. It's gonna make what you captured look the bomb.